Hi, morning. I thought I'd just pop on and give you all a little Temu haul. Not done this before. I need like displays and things like that. I did a little market stall the other day, and didn't really like the things that I'd bought. So I thought I'd go on Temu and have a look and see what they've got, because it's cheap and cheerful as a small business. You need to keep it as cheap and cheerful as possible, but to look as nice as possible. So I bought a few bits and pieces that I thought I'd show what I've got. Okay, right, let's get on with it. Okay, let's see what I've got. So I've got the boxes. I haven't opened them yet. I've opened them to see what was in it, because when it comes, it's just in this kind of packaging. You can't tell what there's in it. So sorry about the noise. Like I say, I've not opened it yet, so together. See what I've got. So I've got a display. I don't know if you can hear me over the crinkling. And that's for my scrunchies. Put this out the way. And we'll put it together and see what it looks like. Actually, what I'll do is I'll show you what I've got first. Like I say, it's just that sort of thing for my scrunchies to go on. And then at the end, if you want to see it all put together, I'll put it all together along with the other stuff that I've got. Let's move stuff out of the way. So I've got some... what else have I got? I've opened this one up. So I've got a table cover. Because I wasn't sure what it was. I was like, I'm sure I haven't bought any clothes. But I opened it up and it's got like a thing to go underneath the feet of the table. And it's just plain blue, poly elasticated material. Cheap and cheerful for on the table to make the display look nice. I think I'm going to go with like navy blues and dark blues, because there's a lot of pinks and whites out there on the tables when I noticed on the market stalls, and I didn't see any blue, and I thought I'd like to stand out, so that's what I did. What else have I got? Those. Right, let's have a look, see what else I've got. So I've got another display. It's just like really lightweight wood, like really lightweight wood, almost cardboard, but just on the cusp of wood and cardboard. It's really lightweight, but as long as it does what I need it to do, it's fine. I don't want it to be heavy. It's like a pegboard. The little legs that go on it, and then the little pegs that go on it, so they look like they're all been cut out, and then that, which is ideal. Hopefully we'll put that together again as well. Right, let's see. I'm gonna have to move things. Move my water set. Now let's see what else we've got. Let's see what this is. This is like a surprise for me, because I've had this for like 2 weeks or something. So even though I've opened them, I've completely forgotten what's in there. I have no idea. Because I wanted to do a video last week, but I wasn't feeling very well. I don't know if I've said this before, which I probably haven't. I have fibromyalgia, and I have really bad days and bad weeks. Last week was a bad week. I was in a lot of pain, crying a lot, and I don't think anybody needed to see that. And the thing with fibromyalgia, that it's like when I'm having a bad week, I'm having a lot of pain, and then that has a knock-on effect with my mental health, and then has a knock-on effect with everything else anyway. So I wasn't having a good week, so I decided I wasn't going to do a TikTok or YouTube or anything. I wasn't doing any videos until I was feeling a bit better, and I'm feeling better this week. So it was bad till yesterday, to be fair. Yesterday was the worst. I have no idea what this is. It's obviously... Oh, I know what it is. So, it's just clicked. So, I have bags. I have tote bags and shopping bags and things like that I make. And when I was doing the market, I had a coat stand up to display them, but it didn't display them very well. And then I saw somebody else that had like an over the table thing that was a little bit like a, what's it called now? Brain, swear. Menopause and fibromyalgia is doing my head in. Wait a minute. A clothes rail. It was like a clothes rail. There we go. It was like a clothes rail that went over the table. And I was talking to one of the other vendors, and I said, oh, I'd like something like that, but this was like handmade. And she said, oh, you can get them on Temu. They're not that dear. So I said, oh, I'll have a look. And so while I was there, I put it in and I put it in my cart and had a look and looked through all the ones. So that's what that is. It's basically a rail that goes over. I'm not going to put this one together at the end because, well, it's just a rail that goes over the top and sits over the top, and it connects to the side of the table like that. And what I'll do is I'll show you a picture of it. Wait 1 second. I'll show you what it looks like. So it looks like that, but over your table. So it sits on your table there, and then you have that over the top. So what I was thinking was putting some kind of elastic or something, and then pegging all of my scrunchies onto it so people can take them down and have a look at them, and they'll dangle down over the table. It's just an idea. I thought that might be a good way of displaying them. So either and then putting my tote bags up there and my scrunchies down here on the elastic. That was the thought. So we'll see. Yeah. So we'll get to the bit where we are putting it together, and I'll show you what it looks like. So first of all, we'll do this stand. Let's put this together. That looks like one of them toys that we used to play with that went anyway, short jaw. Put that in. That's pretty easy. Let's see how easy this is for my poor brain. Oh, that's upside down. That was a good start. I wonder it won't go in easily. Right. So if we put that on there, and then we've got clips that go underneath, stop it from going down. Well, that's quite cool. Look. A lot of these don't come with instructions, which is okay because I don't read instructions anyway. I'm not very good at reading instructions. So we want this one here. You can almost hear my brain ticking how to work this. Does anybody else do that? Stick the tongue out to figure something out? I'm terrible for it. I'm not. Let's try it the way we did that a minute ago because that worked all right. Yep, that works better. Trying to do it the other way. And then that one on top. Tongues out because I'm thinking. There we go. That spins round. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Yep, that'll do. Right, let's get a scrunchie and see how it works. Ooh. Got this from Temu as well. It's supposed to be for... Oh, I love that smell. It's that new wood smell. Anyway, it's supposed to be for making bows and things, but I just put my scrunchies on it so that I've got them for whenever I want them. They've not been put online yet, and I know the answer. I'll just put them there. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, see, that'll do. That looks quite nice, doesn't it? I mean, it's not really for the scrunchies, it's for, oops, that's not so great. It's for key rings. Oh my god, I am so scary on myself. I shouldn't be allowed out in public sometimes. Yeah, so that's it's for key rings more than anything. But everything is out of here. I've put it all in the shed, out of the way. So I can't try them in there. But I quite like that it's got a bit at the bottom as well. So let's see if I can undo this without destroying it. No, obviously not. So the bit at the bottom as well. So I could fill that with something. I don't know what yet, but I'm sure I'll find something. I have lots of little things that I could fill it with. I'm going to have a better look at this. Oh, okay. I think, because there's a little... that's better. See, helps if you look properly. There's little holes there, and I'm like, I'm sure that's supposed to clip in there somehow. Yes. Oh, nope. 1 second. Let's have a look. Because that came out way too easy, and I'm thinking, that's not going to be any good, because as soon as somebody touches that, that's going to fall off. But if you do it properly, instead of doing what Joe does and just chucks it all together and hope for the best. So this is why I try these things out first before I do markets, because that's not easy to put in. The first one was, but this one isn't for some reason. Anyway, it don't matter. That one's in. That's all that matters. So that one's in, and it still spins, so that's good, because that's what I was worried about, that it wouldn't spin. But yeah, it does. It spins nicely. Let's take this out now. Okay, so once you've undone it, you can just take the little clips back off, and it unclips dead easy, like that. There you go. And then they come undone. So for putting away when you're not doing markets, it's ideal. I like it. I might get another one of those actually, because they're just plastic and they're cheap and cheerful, and they'll be useful. Right, let's put some stuff away. We need a tub, which I have here. Tubs, I have a lot of tubs. I'm box crazy and stationery crazy, but I blame that from working in an office. I think I was already like that, to be honest, because I like pens and paper and books and all that sort of thing. Right, let's put this together. We'll try to put this together, should I say. Right, so that goes together like that. I know that much. So it goes like that. This is easy to put together because I've done it once. And then that just, oh, a minute, put one for in the middle. Second. That one just sits there. So it just sits in the middle. It doesn't move. And doesn't screw in or anything. But once you get these on, can you see that? I don't know if you can. So that one's there like that. It's got a bottom run. Okay. And then it's got the next level, which goes like that. And then that one sits on like that. So let me just show you better. So don't mind my office is a mess. My craft room is a mess when I'm in the middle of crafting. Sorry, I turned you off for a second there because I got a phone call. Right. So yeah, so that's it basically. Goes together like that. And then it just comes undone again. Now I'm thinking, should I glue it together or screw it in so that when I'm doing the markets I could just unscrew it real quick, but then I don't want it to split. So I think it's one of those, I'm going to have to try it and see if it works as it is, or do something more permanent with it, because I don't really want to put it together, because the point of it is I want to really put it away when I'm not using it, but I also don't want it to fall down while it's there. So I think it's one of those that I'm going to have to use it and see how sturdy it is on the days that it's been used. Right, so the last one to put together is the pegboard. So we'll put that together and see what that looks like. Let's move the bits and pieces off of it that I've been putting on top of it. So this should be easy to put together. It's just legs. Okay. Not sure. Again, no instructions, so I'm not sure how to put it together, but I think it's going to be easy enough. So that was for famous last words. We'll see. So I think 4 bits, 4 legs. See, concentration on my face. Just trying to get it in in the right way. There we go. Let's have them facing in the right way, Joe. That's always a good idea. Right. Ooh. I've no patience. No patience at all. Some things I have, but putting things together I have no patience. I've got more patience than Amanda does. I normally take it off her and say, let me do it, because you're going to just break something. But yeah, it's just that easy. Yeah, that's nice and easy. So that'll be easy to take down and then assemble again, which is good, because it needs to be easy and quick, because once you finish the market stall, the last thing you want to be doing is hanging about. You just want to be out of there. Yeah, and just put that on like that. And again, this is for key rings and maybe scrunchies. I don't know. I just thought they were good for hanging up, because the key ring one that I had was a big square one from Amazon. It was 50 quid. And it was ace, but people didn't want to spin it because it was so heavy. They thought it was going to fall. And I was like, no, you can spin it, it's fine. And I had that much on it that people really couldn't see, and it was stacked back. And I thought, I don't want that. I want to be able to see it easily, and be able to see the stuff that's on it, and nice and easy, that people can just pick them off and have a look. Because some people, like we loved one of those spinny ones. Me and Amanda loves a spinny one, and we'll sit and spin through and look through all the bits and pieces. But a lot of people I noticed at this market stall, they didn't like doing it. I think because you're stood there watching them, they're nervous to do it in case they knock things flying or it falls over or something. And I was like, no, carry on, because all of the keyrings are all different. So, you know, they've got different sayings on and things like that. So you look through them, and people just didn't like to. So I thought I'm going to have to find something that's slightly different to that than doing that. Because all my products, it's one of a kind. Everything's one of a kind. The scrunchies, there's only one made of it. The tote bags, everything's just one of a kind. Even if it's the same material on the outside, it'll be different on the inside. So there won't be two of the same. Or there'll be a pocket in it, or a different fastening or something. That's what I wanted to do. I didn't want products that you couldn't. There's a lot of people out there that are really, 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 really. They're doing really well. You know, they do really well of making the same product, and they'll do batches of the same, and they'll have the same material, and it's really popular and things like that. But I wanted to be different. I wanted to do one of a kinds, because I like one of a kinds. I like unique pieces, and so it appealed to me. I years ago had a friend who made bags, like handbags, and I had a bit of a thing for handbags at one point, not so much now, but I did have a thing for handbags, and she was making them, and I said, can you make one that's unique, that nobody else will have, and I'm quite happy to pay extra for it? And she said, yeah, of course. And so, like she said, I've got this one material, blah, 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 blah. And I okayed the material, and I okayed the inner and stuff like that. And I loved that bag. I loved it to bits, till it fell to bits, basically. Because I knew nobody else would have it. And so I thought, I'd like to do that. I'd like to make material, something out of material that was one of a kind, that nobody else has got, that, you know, it's handmade. And so that's what I've done. So that's my product. It's made out of recycled materials or whatever, but whatever it is made out of, there won't be another one out there. It's harder for me to put online because I have to do individual listings. I can't do bulk listings, but I don't care. For me, it's important to have what I love doing. If I'm doing a bag, I want one that I know nobody else has got. Like the Harry Potter material that I've got, obviously that Harry Potter material's out there, and there'll be other people with it, but it won't be in the style that I'm doing it in, and it won't be the inner that I'm doing it in, the inner material, and it won't have the same pockets, and it won't have the same fastenings. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I wanted to do. Anyway, so back to this. So yeah, this will be really good for putting together. It's not heavy. It's very, very, very light. And again, Temu, just I swear by Temu for like little bits and pieces for market stalls and things. You just have to really look through. Yeah, and I think that's it. I think we're done. I think I've done all of the Temu. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we're done. So yeah, thanks for joining me. Okay, bye.